morning. Happy Tuesday to you.
Good morning, everybody.
It is a lovely another day in Mexico.
A lovely another day.
It's another lovely day. There you go.
That it is.
You know what? Yesterday in the evening, my ankle started to hurt. I've had carbs the last 2 days because I knew we were having 7 days off. So I
7 days off.
7 days off.
Or on
foods. So we're fasting for 7 days. And I knew, I only had like 3 potatoes. I had like a quarter of a cup of ice cream, if that. I had some Chinese food the day previous. It tastes like eating raw sugar because I haven't had sugar in months. 2 months and a bit. So I'd had to keep giving because it was just like.
You didn't give me your Chinese food. Don't give me that crap.
No, the ice cream.
You ate all your Chinese food.
I did. And then for the next 2 hours, my heart rate is crazy. So yeah, not doing that again, ever.
Ever.
Yeah. Now, of course, the guy comes by right now because he's got to compete with us. I have no idea what he's saying.
Well, you know what? We're early, so he was hoping to catch it before we started. I think that's what it was. I think so too.
He's probably like one of the only courteous vendors in the hood.
That's not true.
Okay, there's 2. We had this guy. He comes by every single day, and he wants to do work for us. And I think I'm going to have him chop down that tree now. We have a Nanchi tree.
We don't need it cut down yet, though.
Well, we're getting into hydroponics, as I mentioned yesterday. Ordered the still this morning. Very excited. So in the next 30, 35 days, we will have that. And it's so pretty. Oh my gosh.
Good morning, sun people from Francois. Good morning, Francois. Good morning, Lori. She calls us beautiful people. Francois, be like Lori, okay? Call us beautiful people.
Or just call her beautiful.
And my mom is watching. Good morning, Mom. Over in the other room.
We haven't seen her in forever.
Like this morning.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not also. Do I take the tea? Do I not drink the tea? Because I want to fast for health this time.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be healthy, isn't it?
Well, when your body is working, it takes away from the autophagy part of it. So yeah, it's complicated.
Sun is beautiful.
That's
good.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Francois. Lori says we're looking good. So how was your lunch date in Lloydminster? That just cracks me up because Lloydminster is like, holy, this guy's loud.
So yeah, who has a lunch date in Lloydminster?
They did. They flew.
They
flew from Moose Jaw to Lloydminster.
That's right, but they have a plane. That's very cool.
Yeah.
You have a plane, you can go flying around.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as everything works fine, you're laughing. It's the moment it stops working.
That's right.
You don't
that
laugh.
Is right.
You don't laugh. Now we have a friend, Dave Allen. He's been flying since 30, 40 years.
Jesus was a cowboy.
Was he a cowboy?
I don't think so. I'm just being silly.
Yeah. So how is it? We asked you to come up with some travel places that we have to go.
Or where you've been in love.
Yeah, where you've been in love. So just tell us.
Because John and I have traveled a lot in Mexico, a tiny bit in the States, very little in Canada, actually.
Canada. Oops.
Behave.
Sorry. It's so funny, man. Canadians, I don't know what it is. The Americans are here in force buying. Canadians are like, we're scared. Why? Because your government told you to be scared.
And their stupid prime minister doesn't want them to come back.
Yeah. Man,
their stupid prime minister. He's not my prime minister. Good morning, Debbie. How are you this morning?
Yeah. So what can we tell you? Because if you're not going to tell us.
Good morning, Michael Gall.
Yeah, tell us about places that you've been that are kind of off the map. Not in Mexico. Because we know the places we have to go in Mexico.
No, we don't. Tell us. Maybe you know a place that we don't know.
Well, we still have to go to Merida. We still have to go in all of those areas. We still have to do the underground, the cenotes.
So we need to go to the Cancun area, Tulum.
We've been to a lot of colonial Mexico. Well, you've been to Playa. I have not been to Playa.
No, but we need to go. You need to see that water. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Well, in Caribbean, when we were on the cruise ship, I saw some nice water there. In Barbados. Do you know in Spanish, I believe that's what it's called?
Mm-hmm. So we teased this young man, and he was technically right.
We watched some of the
'Cause he grew up
videos
here.
and the photos of stuff.
We have not done the El Chepe. We have not done the Copper Canyon. And that's another bucket list thing for me. I really want to do the Copper Canyon.
We went to the waterfall at the end of the Copper Canyon. What's the name of it?
Sassiachi Falls.
The Sassiachi. That is also where we found you don't bring shorts and a t-shirt to a 0 degrees Celsius
No.
sleep because you will be cold.
And Marie, good morning. Yeah, we're a little early today. So
Just a little.
Ouray, Colorado is beautiful in the summertime. If you go, make sure you go 4-wheeling. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of places in the States I'd like to experience a little bit more.
I want to go 4-wheeling here.
I don't. It's too dirty. It's too dirty.
No, and we have a friend of ours. It was just his birthday the other day. He got a quad for his birthday, and he was here yesterday visiting the neighbor lady, him and his wife, and it was just looked like fun. He had a bandana on.
You pretty much have to. It's so dusty. So dusty. So dusty.
Yeah.
It's dusty enough in here. I mean, I wipe down the counters and everything 6 times a day, and I still am, by nighttime, it's full of dust again.
Our neighbors, they will go outside with a hose and just spray down the road all day.
A lot of people do that in the hoods.
Yeah, it is interesting.
It's actually quite common for people to do that. There is one guy that I've seen. He drives a little black car. He drives down this road so freaking fast, like insanely fast for this road. I want to put a speed bump up.
You should. Yeah, because we're at the end of the road.
Yeah.
Why are you going fast?
He comes around that corner. No, it's when he's leaving. So he comes.
This corner?
No, he comes around this corner behind us and goes down the street in front of our house, like really super fast.
You remember Parenthood
Super fast.
when Steve Martin had the baseball bat and he took it to that neighborhood car?
No, we don't do that.
I could.
You're very violent.
I am. I want people dead or hurt with baseball bats. Not everybody, just like 17 people.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I might think it, but I don't say it out loud.
I'm just going to go. I've got to go get a crutch here. If only so I look pathetic.
Why don't you just sit on a chair?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Well, that makes so much more sense, you weirdo. He's such a baby, you guys, I tell you.
I'm supposed to be getting healthier. Now I'm going to sit out of. Oh yeah, look at that. My wrinkles are gone.
No, they're not. They're still there.
All right, so let's talk.
Still there.
Who can tell us of a place we need to go?
Yep.
Please.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere.
It can be the United States. It can be Canada. It can be.
So long as it's Greece, Egypt, or Italy.
Whoops. You're such an odd man.
Yeah, no. Tell us where in any of those 3 countries we need to go. Because definitely those are on our list. So yeah, this is very intriguing because you're more in focus.
Well, I'm better looking, so.
You are. Absolutely. So yeah, we have nothing to talk about. So
I'm sure there's stuff to fight about if we really tried.
Maybe. Yeah.
We really tried.
So yeah, so the still, like I said, it's going to be about 35 days till that gets here to my door. And I don't know how that's going to work for customs because I know I'll have to pay something, at least EVA. EVA, in case you're wondering, is 16%. It's a goods and services tax that Mexico applies to almost everything. And you don't even know you're paying it typically because it's rolled into the price. Now, when you buy something from out of the country, if it's above 20 or 30 bucks, the government's like, whoa, I need some tax dollars here.
Now, Lori is saying New Zealand. She said it's beautiful. And yes, Shay and Matt were there for a few months and loved, I think 8 or something.
Yeah, they were there for a while.
And Cuba, no, Michael,
Cuba.
We will never go to Cuba unless they become free.
Yeah. I don't even know if we'll go to Canada anymore if they don't become free. Yeah, no, it's just in Cuba. It's funny. Whenever a tourist goes to Cuba, they've taken money from a local and food. It's very sad. It really is.
It's horrible what happens down there. And or over there. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, we hear Canadians all the time say Cuba, Cuba, Cuba.
Yeah.
It's just horrible what they're doing.
No, we will not go to Cuba. That is one place that, when there's a few places that obviously we won't go because of
North Korea, another place. Not going to go right now.
Really? I don't think we'd be allowed.
I don't know.
So yeah, I still think Pompeii, Athens,
Yes.
Herculean, and Santorini. Oh
Yes.
my gosh,
Yeah.
Santorini so bad.
Those are great places.
Make it simple. To make it simple, anywhere a direct flight is available from Mexico. There
I like
you
that.
go.
That's
like
good.
I would love to take John back to Peru and go to
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu and Cusco and places like that. Lori doesn't want to be in Canada anymore. I don't blame you, honey. Get your butts down here.
Just leave Canada, guys. Get out of Canada. What's about to happen to the West is not pretty.
I would consider a medical mission trip to Cuba just to help the people. That's different. Our pastor here went on a mission trip to Cuba, and there's a lot of need. There is a ton of need. So that would be something, although we're not in the medical field, so nobody would ever ask us to do that. All we can do is try to help feed people, which...
He was very cognizant of the fact that whenever he got something, somebody went without.
He even apologized because he didn't bring me any coffee from very much. He brought me a little pouch of coffee from Cuba, and he apologized because he knows that I like coffee, and so he knew that I'd probably like to try the coffee from Cuba. But he said, I just knew that if I took a bunch of coffee, which he could have, he had access to it. Someone else would have went without. And he says, I knew that you wouldn't want that either. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It is so funny to hear people talk about like Cuba specifically.
And we actually have a lot of friends that have gone and go still to Cuba on vacation.
We just can't.
And we just won't do it. We just won't do it. So let's move on from Cuba. John could teach them to make some gin. I'm pretty sure that would not be allowed in Cuba.
So it was funny, though. I was talking to somebody else, and they're so concerned about me making alcohol because I'm going to kill people. It's like, okay, first of all, I'm spending a lot of money on a still. This is not a cheap still. This is a nice still. Also, I know the first 2% you remove, you throw away. Well, you save it for your barbecue fluid or for cleaning stuff. But there are so many myths surrounding alcohol, and the government has everything to do with this, and it started with prohibition. So even about pot, all this stuff, anytime the government tells you something, assume they're lying.
Yeah. Marie is saying that Habitat for Humanity and Well Project type trips go all over the world. Those intrigue me. Yeah, those would be really interesting. John had a teacher. He's actually originally from Switzerland. And he did Habitat for Humanity for years. And I mean, he did it until we would have assumed that he was too old to do it anymore.
Oh, he's got more energy in his pinky than we have in our entire
he
bodies.
goes whitewater rafting with his kid up in the Yukon.
And he's got to be close to his 80s. He's got to.
He's got to be in his 80s. He's got to be because he's older than my parents were.
Yeah.
So,
it was very interesting. When I went back for my 30th reunion, which was actually my 31st or my 29th, I can't remember. We finished. I went whitewater rafting in the Yukon with my son. We had to call it short, so I think we're going to go again next year. The guy has so much energy.
Speaking of that, though, we haven't spoken to him in a while.
No, he was the first person that visited us as a married couple. Also brought a gift, very Catholic gift.
So Lori, it's a beautiful cross.
It is.
Lori said that she will drink the alcohol that you make after you try it. And Michael Gall is saying Brazil. Yep. And funny story about Brazil, and I think we've mentioned this before. We actually considered quite a few years ago to move to Brazil. That was like this much of a consideration. And then
when I was taking a real estate course to become a certified international property specialist, my country that I chose to do was on Brazil, and they were in the middle of a crazy run. And I said to Christie, what do you think about this? And we were talking about it. Zach was like, I'm learning Portuguese.
I'm going to learn Portuguese.
So Zach was very fast.
This was well before he was married or even contemplating marriage.
And she just started to cry and say, we can't leave our family here, because this is our home.
Yeah.
But, our home is changing. It might be time eventually to grow and go. Not anytime soon, obviously, but our retirement is going to be probably somewhere else. What do we got here? Just
Leon Guanajuato. I'll have Shirley call them.
Look at that. They have leather in Leon. So that is their thing. And everywhere in Mexico has a thing. There was some priest back 400 years ago, and he went around Mexico and was like, you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do this. And they did. And it's very fascinating because there's a lot of things that you can get. You know where they come from. So I like that about Mexico. So if you go to a town, you can actually see where this thing is made, and families all working together or individually, but making these things that they sell. So yeah, it is. It's a very interesting country, right?
Yes. Now, Francois is saying, why not Antarctica to remember part of why you ended up in Mexico? Photographically speaking, it's a super place. You know what? We know already why we are here. Francois, we do not need to go freeze our butts off. Although, that being said, there may come a time where I'm going to be brave enough to do an Alaskan cruise.
If you go in the summertime, it gets as warm as it gets anywhere else.
And it's still stunningly beautiful.
It is, yeah.
But the Antarctica,
it's not going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's a lot of places in the Antarctica that you're not allowed to go.
There's a lot of conspiracies about the Antarctica.
Don't start. Do not start. Marie is saying that former President Carter still does Habitat for Humanity, and he's in his 90s. I know. We've seen documentaries on that, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely awesome. Francois, have you been to the Antarctic?
Yeah, you can't actually get to Antarctica without a military escort. Interesting. That's just another thing.
So I'm just going to hold it right here because if he starts to talk about anything I don't want him to, I'm going to pinch really hard.
She will.
Squeeze.
She will. I'm held hostage. Help me.
Yeah. So who of you guys have been to Greece?
Yeah, who's been to Greece?
And Italy. Those would be right now, those are my top two.
Yeah. When the world settles down, I'd really like to go to Egypt.
Assuming we don't need a vaccination passport.
Oh my God.
If we need that, I don't know what we're going to do.
Buy one. It's Mexico.
Because at this point in time, we are not getting the vaccine.
Yeah, somebody else died, a big name, and he died from the vaccination. Complications.
Francois has not been there, but this camera's ready. Awesome.
Yeah.
Why is this not standing up?
This Samsung 10. So we have a Samsung Note, and I had a Samsung 5, the S5. Now I have the S10 Plus.
Oh my God. This is 6 years ago, whatever.
The 5 got stolen. I'm not going to tell you how, but I think the camera was better on the S5 than it is on the S10. So I've thought that, taking my S10.
I should have taken that call. It was from Bandahia. They want to know why you did such a big charge on our credit card, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So if it rings again, I'm going to have to take that call. Hopefully they call back and not decline it.
Yeah, frickin' Ben. Our banks are
stupid. They're protecting us. This is ordering $2,500 out of China. Of course they're protecting us.
Yeah, maybe. So which is funny because 750 of that is just shipping. Like there are things you can buy out of China. There's a greenhouse that I would love to have for my backyard. It's $100. They want to charge me $500 to ship it. They're like, well, it's just expensive. So, which is funny because in China, they subsidize the shipping when they feel like it and not.
Yeah, some things we get free shipping from China and other things it's costing us $750. I did not know that. That's ridiculous.
It's like 80 kilos or 60 kilos.
I'm sure it doesn't cost that much to send it.
Well, it's going to be flown. It's not taking a boat. They wanted to send it to me on a boat and charge me $300 and some. And I said, but it's going to take months to get here. And they're like, wow, So I said, send it FedEx or DHL. And they wanted to send it UPS. And I said,
nope.
Do not ship anything into Mexico UPS. Guys, I am telling you, never
let them do
oops. It is called oops in Mexico, and it's not an accident. So yeah, anything we've ever had shipped UPS had exorbitant taxes, importation taxes on it, or it didn't get to us.
Mm-hmm.
So anything, oops, or when you ship it overnight to get to Canada and it ends up in Colombia.
Colombia is another place I want to go.
Well, that's because of Norman. Norman is from Colombia, and Norman speaks
Good morning,
very
Jeff. How are you this morning?
highly of Colombia. So I think we
Certain spots in Colombia.
I think we do have to go to Colombia.
But we need him as our guide.
Yeah. We should get an Escobar relative to give us the guide.
I don't think so.
Because they know all the secret places. They do.
What's new with you, Jeff? Where have you guys traveled that we should go?
Well, they went to Spain. They had churros in Spain.
Spain and Portugal. Oh, gosh. There's so many places I want to go.
Yeah, but so many of these
Just
people...
keep talking. Thailand, I want to go.
No. In Europe, what they've allowed foreigners to do, like when I was a kid, you would think of the Germans and all of this stuff, but it's all been polluted now. And it's a shame because they now say all cultures are equal. Well, no, if you're crapping in the middle of the street, that's not part of your culture. So it's very sad. Even in Paris now, there are no-go zones where the police won't go. Who the hell has places in their town where the police won't go? Okay, if you're not Portland.
Portland, yeah, we watched this video thing yesterday on Portland.
It's disgusting.
Some guy just was in there filming, and so
very sad.
Yeah, Spain and Portugal. Jeff saying he says he's enjoying a sunny day.
Portugal would be nice
in Alberta.
That's the tricky thing about Alberta.
Russia, I wouldn't mind going to. Yeah, Russia does have Germany is another one.
Yeah.
Go to see some of the beautiful castles in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff said Germany also. So Michael and Jeff said, and Lori said that Al and her and Al can fly us to all kinds of different places.
Yeah, getting across that water is going to be hard, though.
In a small airplane like that, though. And can it go that far across the ocean?
I don't think so.
The ocean?
I think you have to land on big boats. Very big boats. Yeah. It is a very strange
Ireland,
place.
Scotland, and Turkey are beautiful, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ireland and Scotland, it's
Shay and Matt experienced Scotland under quarantine.
Just go to Vancouver. Just live in the rain.
The accent, though, is so cute. They were renting this house or like an Airbnb, and there was little boys that lived there, and they would play with their puppy in the backyard, and Shay would video and let me listen to their accents. So cute. So cute. Croatia. Yeah, I've heard Croatia is supposed to be stunning.
We had a very good visit yesterday.
Oh, God, we have so many places to go.
We do.
Keep spilling, keep doing it. I'm gonna start to make a travel binder, I think.
Just buy a map and just circle all the countries you want to go.
But I want to know why I want to go there. What if I look at a map and I think that would be cool, and then I look at the actual stuff in that, like Guatemala. There wasn't really anything in Guatemala I really wanted to see. I don't know if I'm missing something or...
Well, Guatemala is just...
It was just not the right time for me to go to Guatemala because my dad had just been diagnosed with cancer. I don't know. But Guatemala, I looked at the books, the stuff about Guatemala, and I'm like, it's not the thing that I want to see.
Mexico is so dang pretty.
But would we drive to Guatemala when we're over on that side? Maybe.
Maybe. Because Guatemala is right there. Belize is down there also. Mm-hmm. They have to use currencies that I think the world uses. Mind you, the US dollar, who knows? I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but in the last year in America, they printed 40% of all the currency they have ever printed since the beginning of time. How come it hasn't crashed yet? Prices keep going up. I'm watching prices go up like the stock market now at Costco on things. Mm-hmm. Stuff that was 3,000 pesos less than a year ago now is like 4,500.
But yet there are still some really good deals. So I guess it depends on what their inventory is. And like yesterday, we found a few things that were pretty good.
Guys, inflation is a tax on savers. That's it, and investors. Mm-hmm. So they get you anyway.
Yeah.
You can put it in a stock market or whatever. They will find a way to get you.
So Lori is saying that Al is half Scottish and his parents live in Aberdeenshire, Scotland.
His parents live there.
She
Wow.
said she mentioned that before.
That's cool.
And that she doesn't get to see her mother-in-law very often because they live so far away. And she says that we are going to fly all over Mexico when we move there. And I'm assuming you mean like the four of us. How many people can fit in your plane safely?
Safely. We don't care about safely.
How many seats does it have? How many seat belts does it have?
We
How
know-
many parachutes does it have?
I don't think it has airbags.
I know. I meant parachutes.
Yeah. So they have an airport very close to here. I mean, it's very, very close, like 10 minutes.
Oh, a little guy. Yeah, that's true.
And it's funny because maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, we hear the planes going around and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Tourists taking tours.
4 people in their plane, including the pilot and the
He's the
co-pilot.
Yeah, of course.
No, but is it 4 passengers or 4 people
They're-
in total? Is my question.
She's such a girl. It's not a terrible thing. I like it.
No parachutes. Then I'll let John go.
Thank you.
No, I don't want you to die.
You say that.
No, I meant Lori.
She's a very mean wife. I always tell people she's a lovely lady until you marry her.
So Chris is telling us that his wife went to Azores in Portugal and loved it. They flew direct round trip out of Toronto. Yeah, and there's a lot of round trip. My eyes are all watery from laughing. There's a lot of good flights out of Mexico City to go to some of these cities and countries.
Mexico City is probably the most direct of any airport.
So like even going to Peru, we spent the night in and that's the only place I've really gone far, so that's why I keep talking about it. But we spent the night in it's a joke with my family because I talked about it obviously when I got back a lot. Yes, and I bought them those hats that I made them wear. They still hate me for it, but it's okay. I love them. I want to get that picture blown up, by the way.
Boom.
Of them and all their hats.
But not like the SCTV blown up.
Maybe.
Who remembers SCTV? Oh my gosh. I've got, 3 or 4 seasons of it.
Oh, Tokyo too. Yeah. Geez. You guys okay? I think we need to stop because I'm going to have to get. No, I'm just kidding. I want to hear all these places that I want to know if you've been to them, what you liked about them and what you didn't like about them.
Shirley was in Japan for 3 weeks.
A few years ago, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very cool.
She loved it. She
came back with a lot of different flavored things.
Kit Kat bars. She brought us little samples of, I don't know, about 20.
Very strange. I don't think I had any. Are they still here?
Yeah, but I opened one and it was all crumbly and nasty, stale. So that was when I was cleaning out. Yeah, we forgot about them, actually. We ate some of them.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did. Honey, remember the ones that tasted like soap?
Yeah.
They were a flour.
I really don't.
I know, but you don't remember what you had for lunch yesterday.
So yesterday, the people that were visiting bought a house from us 13 years ago. We've sold it.
They sold it. We sold it for them.
It was funny because all of a sudden I remembered a story from like 12 or 13 years ago. And I hadn't even thought about it. It was just it was a strange story. And she's like, wow. So yeah, that was very
good morning, Sheila. Now it's interesting. Out of all the people that have said good morning this morning, Sheila, you are the only one that says I can bring you on camera. So sometimes I don't know what the difference is, because she's on.
They must have a camera on their computer or something activated. That's got to be it.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Francois says, if I ever sit on my La Cruz chair and my airline friends come over, they could brief you on many places. Oh, that would be awesome. And you will be sitting on that chair. I promise.
Now, Francois, I have to ask you, would we know about rural Ontario or Quebec with you? Like, is that the only places that you went? So yeah, it sounds like you made the wise decision. Just surf in Mexico, dude.
Yeah. Because
you don't want to just keep flying those ways. It was funny in Sault Ste. Marie, all the little planes that we saw.
We were in a pretty small plane from the Sioux. I hadn't been in one that small.
Yeah.
So I will tell you guys that in approximately 3 minutes, we have someone here that's going to come and hang some pictures and stuff for us. Not that my darling husband can't do it; he just doesn't have the tools for it.
My hands are very soft.
He's very delicate, my little man.
Yep, I do need a hole saw because for the aquaponics.
Don't we have one?
I don't know.
I thought,
but I need
had those
several
bits.
because remember I need to do.
Of course you do.
The hole in
He
there.
needs a lot of stuff, you guys.
I do. So when I get a farm, I have a place to put it. So, all right, guys, we will see you tomorrow talking about who knows what. Probably Mexico.
Real estate.
Maybe some stills.
19,000 hours in those machines. It's time to stop. That was from Francois. Yeah, I agree, Francois.
That's a long time.
Come on down. Get your house ready in La Cruz so I can meet your pilot friends. Wink, wink. And learn about more countries.
She watches this DeLauer guy because he's like got huge muscles.
It's eye candy.
And it's funny. I'm like, well, you don't even have the volume on. Why are you watching him?
Okay, our guy is here.
Okay.